This is a really special episode of Guitar Stuff with John, because my buddy Dave got a signature model Krakat guitar.
Yeah, release the Krakat.
But ever since he's had it, he's not quite the same.
JP says that it sounds good. Release the Krakat. Oh shit, I don't know.
Guitar Stuff with John!
Welcome to another very, very special edition of Guitar Stuff with John.
That's John.
My brother, my battle brother, Dave Gunning, is here on the review with me. And there's good reason for that. Something really special happened, didn't it? Unbelievably special. And we want to share it with you now. How long's it been now? About a week?
Yeah, just a little over a week. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, it's pretty fresh.
Yeah, I'd say. And I knew that we'd have to review this guitar for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that George doesn't build many guitars. About 8 a year, and he sort of promised us 4 for next year. So if you want to order one, there's only 4 that's going to be available. And this one here is so special that it requires a review. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Dave Gunning signature model Krakat guitar. Says so right in the label, don't it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. This instrument is incredible. It comes inlaid with a Canadian penny in the headstock. And tell us about the date on that, Dave. Why that's so special.
Yeah, well,
1981 penny.
yeah, when we asked George about, you and I came up with the idea, thought because of the history with me and the Canadian Mint and the No More Pennies record and all that, so we asked George if he would be interested in maybe installing a penny in the headstock, and he said, yeah, in fact, I have a Canadian penny here, and he dug it up, and he sent me a text and said, it's 1981. I said, perfect. That's the year I saw my first live concert. It was a John Allen Cameron, Stan Rogers, Catherine McKinnon concert at the West Pictou High School gym in 1981.
Yeah.
So given that was a life-changing event for me and sucked me into this whole vortex of folk Celtic music, they couldn't be more perfect.
So let's hear it. You mind if I play her, Dave?
Take a crack at it.
Crack it. Take a crack at it.
No, take a crack at it.
It. It hurts your head, it's so loud. Unreal. So it is, What is it, Dave? Show us. This is another thing you got.
Yeah.
This beautiful certificate that he got from George.
Yeah, he framed it and
Framed it.
yeah, all the information about the guitar there.
So it is a style OM, of course, style OM, and Adirondack spruce, standard East Indian rosewood, forward shifted scallop bracing. Rear all the bracings are Adirondack, by the way. Neck is mahogany, scaling's 25.4. Fretboard, it's 1 3/4 nut, of course. Head plate, he put the head plate in East Indian rosewood with the Krakat logo with 1981 penny.
Yeah.
And the binding is koa. Purfling is all herringbone everywhere. It's a gloss nitro finish.
The koa binding's beautiful.
Oh, it's wicked. We're going to take a close look at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it came with a cross rub finish too. The case is beautiful. He put it in a wicked case. And it's signed by George, October the 8th, 2024.
Yeah. Amazing.
So
yeah.
that's pretty incredible, man.
So it's a little... Yeah, there it is there.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah. See it? Great.
What do you think about that, Dave?
It's amazing. Yeah, I was hanging on my wall. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to bring it for the review, so I just have it hanging on the wall of the studio.
So let's do our normal thing and take a close-up look at this guitar, because,
Yeah.
I mean, George builds some of the best guitars in the world, in my opinion, and in others. There's a guitar you're going to see on this show today, which I have not reviewed, but is coming, and it happens to be another Krakat, and it happens to be the Krakat that Robin Boucher requested to have built for him, because he played this guitar
Yeah.
in Parkway Music in Albany, New York, where George deals his guitars. It's the only distributor in the whole world for his guitars.
For those that don't know, but you probably do, they're building a guitar for one another, is that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So
George built one for Robin built one for George.
Yep, and Robin chose this guitar that I'm gonna play with Dave in a minute, and so it's he's just one of the best guitar builders out there, and goes to show someone like Robin Boucher says, "I want one of your guitars."
Yeah.
That's a hell of a compliment, and they've become super close friends. So George, of course, is a battle brother. He's family with us, same as the boys at Gallagher and Chris Meikle over at Yeri, and these people are all just working together to make great music and make great guitars for musicians like us. We hardly even deserve any of this, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that all the time.
Yeah.
When I look at the guitars that are built for me, I haven't quite clued into it yet. I've been trying to help Dave with it, because this is Dave's first time to ever be honored this way, and he's deserved it for a number of years.
I don't
And
know.
finally, George came along, and boom. So,
Pretty awesome to have this, yeah.
yep. Let's take a close look at it, and then we're going to do the ultimate sound test. We're going to put a couple of these bad boys together and sing a song, maybe.
Yeah.
So let's take a close look at the Dave Gunning signature model Krakat. It's nice to say that, isn't it? I love it. Making Dave happy. It's great.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you connecting me with George, and like just all the connections that have been made through your show String Theory and through these reviews. There's quite a community. It's like a church, but it's all good stuff.
Yeah.
I believe it's all good. I believe in guitars.
I believe in guitars.
But it's connected a lot of people, builders and players from all over the world that now know one another through these reviews and through this channel.
Oh yeah, it's a tremendous community.
Thank you, George Krakat, and thank you, JP.
So let's take a close look at this bad boy, and then we're going to hear it. Old Davo's going to play it the right way. I just fool around.
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
right.
Let's take a closer look. And here we are, boys and girls, at the headstock of the Dave Gunning signature model George Krakat guitar. And there we see the penny, in 1981. What a beautiful job he did of that. Rosewood head plate there, nickel hardware, per Dave's request. Bone nut, ebony fingerboard, beautiful little abalone snowflakes. Dave wanted a Spartan guitar, and boy, that's what he got. It's beautifully done. Let me go to the top here, and we see this lovely herringbone. George does such a good job of this stuff. Herringbone rosette, tortoise pickguard, sort of the old heavy Martin style. And look at the sunburst in this thing. My. I love this. George does a sunburst like this better than anybody I know. That black to orange kind of tobacco sunburst. And there's our stick air. Check that out. The Dave Gunning Custom OM. September 10th, 2024. There you go, boys. Bone saddle. Ebony pegs with abalone trim. Ebony bridge. And then we get the sides, this beautiful East Indian rosewood that George picked out specifically for this guitar. And this, the old bow and arrow herringbone up the center strip. Rosewood heel cap. Mahogany neck. And our end pin is also koa. And koa binding all around the whole guitar. On every corner. And it's beautifully grained. Look at that. Seriously good grain, and that rosewood is just beautiful. And they've got the dark stained mahogany neck. That might be more koa. I think it is. Diamond volute. Got the Grover nickel tuners. Squared off headstock. And there you go, boys. That is the Dave Gunning model. George Krakat OM. Sunburst herringbone. What an amazing guitar, and it sounds unbelievable. And I can tell you truthfully, after touring with Dave for 30 years, this is the best sounding guitar that I've ever heard him use plugged in. It sounds unbelievable, and in the room it sounds unbelievable. It has an SGI pickup in it, provided by Roger Schmidt at Brickhouse Guitars, our tastemaker. And yeah, so you got the best of all worlds. You got George Krakat on the outside and SGI on the inside. So it's a cannon. Absolute cannon. Thanks, George, and congratulations, Dave. You deserve it, buddy.
Do your fancy stuff that you do.
Fancy stuff?
All the time.
When I was just a baby, too little for a cotton sack, I played in the dirt while the others worked till they couldn't straighten up their backs. And I made myself a promise when I was big enough to run and never stay a single day in that Oklahoma sun. But I never bit cotton. But my mother did, and my brother did, and my sister did, and my daddy died young, working in the coal mine.
Folks said I grew up early and the farm couldn't hold me then, so I stole $10 in a pickup truck. I never went back again. It was fast cars and whiskey, long-haired girls and fun. I hid everything money could bring. I took it all with a gun. But I never bit cotton. But my mother did, and my brother did, and my sister did, and my daddy died young, working in the coal mines.
Play that Krakat, Dave.
I got so excited I almost fell inside the guitar.
It was Saturday night in Memphis when a redneck grabbed my shirt. When he said, go back to your cotton sack, I left him lying there in the dirt. They'll take me in the morning to the gallows just outside. And in the time I got there ain't a hell of a lot I can look back on with pride, Dave. But I never picked cotton. But my mother did, and my brother did, and my sister did. And my daddy died young, working in the coal mines. Yeah, my mother did, and my brother did, and my sister did. And my daddy died young, working in the coal mines. But I never picked cotton. Man, that's as a good friend of mine over in Scotland used to say, John Shaden. He was Irish, or was he Scottish? No, he was Scottish, I think. I can't remember. Wicked fiddler. He used to say, "You're making mighty fine use of those two guitars." Actually, it was fiddles, but yeah. So there you go. There's a Krakat you're gonna see soon. Forget about that one. This is the one we're talking about today. This is the Dave Gunning signature model Krakat guitar, a Sunburst OM, Indian rosewood, Adirondack top, Adirondack everything, ebony, bone, bound in koa. And buddy, you hold it because it's yours and you deserve it. And so that's going to wrap it up for today. And I want to thank David for coming down to do this. I don't usually, it's a great honor to get a chance to actually review a guitar that's this special. This is the only one.
I can see you in the guitar right now.
I bet you can. And it's the only one that's going to happen probably because I don't think George too interested in building guitars, identical guitars. So like my signature model, you've got we both have one now. And they're different. That's what's so cool about George. When he built my guitar, I didn't tell him what to do. He just automatically went, I'm going to build you a dreadnought. Look at that. Sweet.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
And when he heard Dave play, that's what he built him, an OM, right? So, yeah. Here's to George Krakat, and also to every small bench builder in the world who's putting out guitars like this that just boggle your mind. There's lots of them. There's a lot more that are going to appear on the channel very, very soon. We're going to be reviewing Stephen Kennard's guitar. We're going to be reviewing Senmo guitars. We've got Cirrus coming here actually tomorrow. They're going to show up. And just fantastic examples of what you can buy. And the price of these guitars is obscenely low. Obscenely low. That guitar that I was playing there, which I'm going to show you later on, it was, I think he wanted $2,100 US for it. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Wow.
How little money he charges for these things because he's not in it for that. He wants to build great guitars and have, dumb-arse players like us fumbling around through the countryside, getting lost and hitting trees and eating spaghetti and stuff. He wants us to have great instruments, and by God, he gave us two of them. Right? Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I just had to buy that one. I had to buy it, the same as I bought the first one. And he gifted me my signature model, and he gifted Dave this. But I've bought two guitars from him because I can't help it. They're so good, I had to buy them. So, there you go. Special thanks to George. And I'm so proud of you. You're my brother.
Oh, man,
I'm so proud. You deserve that more than anybody that I know. You've worked so hard in this business. And you've helped a lot of people, and you still do. We still work with Roger.
Yeah.
We still work with all the people that you've come across in your lifetime, that you've used their instruments and promoted what they do. They all love you, and you've helped them. You've helped them reach thousands and thousands and thousands of people, right? And so that's why you deserve that. You deserve that all the way.
I feel lucky to have it.
Yeah.
So,
All right, boys and girls.
thanks.
That was our sort of surprise comeback video. I've been out. Me and him been out the road forever, but I've been out too. A lot together this year, and more to come in the winter Christmas tour coming up.
Yep.
And so this is sort of the let's get our feet wet video. And so there you go. I thought I'd bring him. We have to couldn't do this without Dave. And so there you go. And if you want a George Krakat guitar, you can go to his website, which will be listed in the description below. And be aware that now these new rules are implemented with my small bench partners, that they're only allowing so many guitars for my viewers each year. George will have 4 available only in 2025. So if you want one, you need to get your order in now, or else you could be waiting years or not get one at all.
And you can order whatever you want,
Yeah,
obviously.
anything. He can build anything you want. And also don't forget that at Parkway Music in Albany, New York, there is always a contingent of his guitars hanging on the wall. You've seen we just put the video out on that. And so either way, go to Parkway, call them, go see them, or call George yourself and put in a custom order for a guitar that's just built the old way, boys. That he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Sure enough.
I like the nitro finish. We didn't talk about that too much, but it seems thinner and the guitar breathes more somehow.
Much better. Yeah.
And it has it'll kind of rough up nicely over time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And less violently. It'll age well and get a patina.
Right. Okay.
Nitro gets a nice patina where your sweat touches it, or you get a few dings on it here and there. It doesn't get all cracked and marred and milky looking, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This stuff will age like any great guitar built with a nitro finish. They all do. They all start to look better over time. Tops get darker. Everything happens to it. Because you're right. A lot more air and moisture get into it.
Yeah.
And it makes it live and age and breathe better than anything you can get. So there you go, boys.
Patina Turner. Thanks a lot.
Skinny Hendrix over here. We love you. Yeah. We'll see you on the next Guitar Stuff with John. And until then, thanks to George Krakat. The Krakat twins right here, boys. We did her up pretty good. And you'll see this guitar in an upcoming review very, very shortly. All right, we love you. Bye from me and Dave.
Thank you.